Hey everyone, happy Monday. Sorry for the technical difficulties over the weekends. Today we're doing Stevenson versus Yoshino. Recent fight, exciting fight. Start off with round one, courtesy to Baphomet for the video. This one was a little harder to find, even though it was free out there for everyone just under 2 weeks ago. Exciting start so far. Yoshino ran his mouth a lot. I don't mind that. Before this fight, Shakur Stevenson, to me, somebody with a lot of talent. I think they both have talent, but Stevenson is definitely one of those fighters who kind of falls into that spectrum where I really like to get into and analyze and watch guys. Tactical boxers. People who think in the ring. So good start so far for both these guys. I like that Yoshino is doing what he really should do in this fight early, which is just like jump on him, right? Good punch right there. See, early on you notice Stevenson just looks really crisp. Sharp movement, clearly in shape, confidence, quick on his feet. That's a good punch. Looks really good early on. Yoshino looks good as well. He looks a little bit slower, a little bit more flat-footed. I like what he's doing, and I like his approach. I wish he'd throw just a little bit more. I know it's round one, but see, that's what you want to avoid. You want to avoid, if you know a guy's faster than you, if you feel, and it's a double-edged sword, because I think a fighter should always have supreme confidence, but that's a good punch. That's a good combination. That's a good punch from Stevenson as well. Measuring shots. Look at these punches from Yoshino. Those are just good shots. Measuring those punches, closing that distance. The battle for the center of the ring. Key early on to try and just get that dominant position in the center, land more punches, kind of get a little bit of momentum, feel like you walk away from that first round letting your opponent know he's in for a long night or a short one. What I do like about that's a good punch. Everything that Stevenson has thrown so far has just been, you can isolate and just talk about every single one of those punches. One thing I like about you, so I'm gonna go ahead and give that round to Yoshino. I think it's pretty close either way, but I like how he came out. He needs to be the aggressor. He needs to come out and show that he's here to fight, and he's not just a name to be thrown in there to a bigger name, right? So. Or a body, right? So I'm going to go ahead and give him that round. I could see it going both ways because I honestly did like Stevenson's punches, but I thought Yoshino threw enough, and I thought he maintained control of the center of the ring. One thing I want to speak to here, if you come in, so it happens all the time in boxing, right? You got a big name, you want to build him up, not so much protect him always, but throw him against guys who he's supposed to win, right? If you're against a guy who you're supposed to lose against, in my opinion, one of the best things you can do is do to a certain extent what Yoshino just did, right? Which is come out to the best of your ability and set the tone. And don't let him get into a spot where he has time to do an analysis. You know what I mean? Like he's analyzing no matter what, but if you jump on him enough, if you throw, and that's a slip. If you force him to constantly react to you, he's less effective at doing that. It takes him longer to do that, right? He's still reading you. The most intelligent fighters can sit there in a shell, eat everything you throw, and understand what you're doing and where he can find spots. But nonetheless, even the best of fighters won't win without throwing punches. So again, if you think a guy has more than you, bring it to him, right? Bring it to him. What makes him uncomfortable, right? If you're comfortable fighting inside, then force that fight inside. That's what I believe. And then if he does turn it around and start picking you apart, let it be later in the fight. Let it be at a time and place where he's a little bit more weathered, maybe a little bit roughed up, maybe you've gained a little bit of confidence, maybe you figured some things out as well. Otherwise, just make it a war, right? Make it a shootout. This is good stuff from Stevenson right here. This is where, in my opinion, you don't want to be. Don't sit in range with your muffs up and just like let him, because that's where he wants to be, right? Now, I mean, to the best of fighters, if you stand just in range with your hands up, you might as well be a heavy bag, because he's gonna flip in the just another day at the gym mode. He's just gonna circle you and tat you up. Great shot. Counted as a knockdown this time. So here's the problem, right? Yoshino needed to continue to do what he was doing in round one. Keep throwing. Keep persistence. Look at these shots, though, that Stevenson is throwing. And I love what he does. He immediately goes to sit in his chest. Like, that, to me, show him that you're the alpha in the ring, right? Show him that you're that lion. You know, you no mercy, right? And for Yoshino, this is survival mode. He ate a heck of a punch right now. He's trying, but throw him. There you go. There you go. That's what I want to see. Either move or throw, but don't just stand there. Don't be a heavy bag. Especially when you're in there against a guy who's talented, who's really talented, right? If you're in there against a plotter, a thrower, just a guy that brawls, it's different. I think you still want to bring the fight to him if you can, but those are a little bit less analytical. They usually tend to be a little bit less analytical. They feed off of the energy of the exchange a little bit more, so it could work against you. If you're faster than a guy, then I suggest sticking and moving. But is that your game, right? What are your strengths as a fighter? So this round, without question, has to go to Stevenson. Not only that, it's a 10-8 round, right? Because Yoshino went to the canvas twice, really. One's a knockdown, but what a lot of people don't understand is those slips will still deplete you. Look at these shots. Oh, what a shot. What a shot. Not even the most powerful shot, but it's timing, right? It's the ones that you don't see coming that hurt you the most. And again, that's a great angle, because you see that he wasn't off balance by himself. Like he was in his stance, right? Bah, just landing that shot just perfectly on the button. I feel that smile kind of said it for us, right? I don't have the volume up here, but it's like he's probably just, that face tells me, man, that was a good shot. What can I say? Tip my hat. But it's a fight. You didn't come to be marveled and impressed by Stevenson. You came to put him on his ass, right? Let's go. Good. That's what I want to see. What are your strengths as a fighter? That should show. If it doesn't show, let it be because your opponent took it completely away, not because you decided not to show up. Good punches. I like that determination. I like that hunger in Yoshino. He's coming to fight. He's fighting his fight, right? It's just that levels, right? Levels. Look at that combination. It's just beautiful. Stevenson's just a little bit faster. And what I love what Stevenson does right now, this is a veteran move right here. Step on your opponent's toes, the lead foot. A lot of people consider this dirty fighting. I don't care. If I know it bothers you, I'm going to do it, right? Step on your opponent's foot a little bit. One, it bothers him, obviously. Two, he's not going anywhere. He's under your foot, right? If you cling to his foot like that, you could just start laying into that guy until he drags himself off of you, or until the ref steps in and says, enough of that, right? See, oh my goodness. Just when I want to give Yoshino. See, Yoshino's doing the same thing too. He feels it, right? Step into him. Throw these uppercuts, but don't lose balance entirely. What a body shot he just ate. I know you felt that, but I love this uppercut. I want a phone booth fight. Good punches. Good on both of them, right? And Yoshino didn't need to move to the corner, but the balance and lack of IQ here in comparison to Stevenson, it just didn't work in his favor. Good. Use your body, use your physicality, right? I don't know that it's a myth, but a lot of people believe slick, high IQ fighters don't like to be hit, and really, most fighters don't like to be hit, right? But make it a physical game. Make it a war of attrition. Again, what are your strengths as a fighter? Good. Come forward. Come forward throwing. I love this. I love this right now. They have anyone in the ring to be. Where do they want to be? In each other's chests. That's what I want to see. That's a good shot, too. Stevenson just throws impeccable punches, though. I mean, almost everything he throws lands. See, I feel like Yoshiro's missing one too many hooks right now. Like, I feel any moment now, Stevenson's gonna counter that winging left hook and put him on his ass again. So this round I have to give to Stevenson. 10-9 round. I like what Yoshino's doing. Again, I got to give credit to both guys, right? Stevenson came to do what he came to do. Yoshino came to fight his fight. He's not giving up. He's not giving in. I feel traditionally, a lot of these Asian fighters too are just tough guys, whether that's because of the school they have or it's just cultural or both, right? Tough guys, tough guys. I mean, I can think of a lot of examples, but I don't usually see, the super slick, but I'm going to slip all your shots and avoid you, from the outside. I don't usually see that coming from Asia too often. And even then, a lot of those guys, again, I don't want to feed the stereotype that those guys are weak or don't have good chins or anything. If you have the defense, use it. But just a lot of guys will come out that are just willing to scrap, just like we'll walk through shots, and I love that. So here we got replays, and we got the other round starting up. So some appreciation there for that work against the ropes. What an uppercut! I love that. I like that move right there. Right, land an uppercut, pivot out, and you have the speed to pivot out faster than your opponent can even see where you're going. Right. Good. There's so many ways to throw the jab, right? Right now he's throwing that stiff that I'm just going to walk into you with this 4x4, that stiff jab that just reminds your opponent that you're a rock, right? You're not going anywhere. Bah, that Kovalev type jab, just comes at you like a pile driver. I like what Yoshino's doing, and again, this takes courage under fire, right? You're in the pocket. You're in this man's chest, you know what I mean? He's faster than you. He's, by all accounts, better than you. But you've got heart, you've got a chin, and you're in the ring for a reason with him, right? You have to believe that every time. Never buy into this story that you're fodder for an opponent. Always feel like you're there for a reason, too. You're there to show who you are, Good shots by Stevenson. I like what Yoshino tried there. You got to be faster with it, though. If you're gonna paw at him, rest your glove on his head and give it to him, you got to make that quick, because he knows that's coming. The minute he feels your glove on his head, he knows he knows where you're going with that. That's a good shot. Stevenson ate a good shot, too. Good. Parries. We don't often see parries that much at the pro level sometimes, I feel. Underrated move, right? Oh, what a punch. What a shot, right? Massive hook. Monster hook. Come on, Yoshino. I want to see the fire in you right now. I want to see Super Saiyan come out right now. Just show me what you're made of. Good jab. Those combinations, though. Look at the way he lifted him off his feet, just landing the hook. Wasn't even an uppercut, right? But you could just tell that he's landing those shots fundamentally pure and with power. Bah! You know? I was taught to throw a tight hook, right? Bah! You know, like minimum trajectory possible. Minimum, you don't want that thing to go out too far. Bah! Let it be almost like a jab when it's coming out. Grah! I love that. To me, such a beautiful shot. You just put your whole body into it. Bah! That lands on somebody's jaw. What a shot, right? Okay, so this is another 10-8 round. We're going to see it right here again. And it's, again, you break it down. You can always break things down to the most simplest combination, right? 2 punches, right? Not the most complex stuff, right? But again, you do it at the right moment. You've worn him down. He knows you're fast. It's not the first time you knock him down. He's fundamentally crisp with these punches. These hooks are nasty that are coming from Stevenson right now. And look at how light on his feet he is, right? He's rested. He's having fun in there. He's enjoying himself. He's doing all the right things, showing his pedigree as a fighter, right? Yoshino's game here, right? He's game. Now, again, he's a little bit slower. His defense is not his strong suit, but he can take a punch, right? And he's game. He's a game fighter. Look at this. He's stepping into a guy. He's punching and stepping into a guy who's knocked him down twice in, 6 rounds? Come on now. A lot of people would be on their bicycle, right? Look at these shots, though. Look at these shots from Stevenson. Reminds me of a younger Floyd when he used to just start going with his 2 and his hook and his 2 and his ba-ba, that 2 combination, or reverse it, right? Have fun in there. I love these punches. Give me that uppercut hook again. The confidence, though, right? It's confidence. Lead with the hook. Anything Shakur leads with, he basically lands right now. Look at that. Look at that. If the first punch doesn't land, it still knocks away your guard, right? Speed and intensity. I love it. I want more. But this is what I love about boxing, right? Yoshino is game. He's here. Throw combinations. Again, I don't care. See? Be creative, right? Be creative. Lead uppercut. Strong 2 coming down. It is a 2, right? That was a jab because he's orthodox. But never give up, right? Any punch that you land can change a fight. Good. Keep probing, keep pushing. Good. Again, it doesn't matter, right? If all you can do is your 1-2-1, throw the 1-2-1. But again, you can throw it at different times. You can put it behind each other, 1-2-1, 1-2-1, 2-1-2, 2-1-2, right? Keep throwing, keep him guessing, keep him reacting, keep him busy. Keep something in front of him, in his eyes. And if you're not, like you just saw, right? Just head movement. Foot movement, right? Let's go. More punches. There you go. He's just waiting for you to do it too. And Shakur Stevenson, he's ready to just counter you at this point because it's like he knows what he's going to do, and we can see his limitations. However, again, it doesn't matter, right? We don't call the fight off if we see you at the upper hand. We fight the rounds we fight, right? So every round is an opportunity to reassess your game plan, catch a breather, hear something from the corner maybe you didn't see, whatever, right? But it's like innings, halves. it's almost a new fight in isolation every round. Try and treat it that way, you know? It's a good fight. It's a good fight. Two people come to fight. If two people come to fight, whether it's a style matchup or not, in my opinion, we're going to enjoy it. We're going to enjoy it. All right. By the way, I'm giving that to Stevenson. Forgot to mention. All right. I like that. I like that. I like that. I like that from Yoshino. Meet his jab, catch and shoot, right? Catch the punch. And he's continuing to step forward. And he's trying to fight his fight, right? Shakur Stevenson was, stepping on the toes a little bit. He's stepping on the toes a little bit, right? Shakur Stevenson is comfortable sitting in a phone booth, and Yoshino's right there with him, right? And I love that. I love that. That hook, though. And he just sees him coming a mile away, though. It's no easy task, right? I mean, it's no easy task. Good. See, if he were to throw that again and hit him with a jab, bah! Your fastest punch. Try it. Maybe you miss. But even if you miss, what if he, depending on how he tries to slip that shot, can we open another door? Yoshino, and another thing, I have to give credit to everyone, most of the Asian fighters I see out there, tremendous conditioning. And that's a wrap, sir. That's a wrap. Great fight. Fight that didn't go the distance. What else can really be said? Shakur Stevenson, I think, it is a talent. I think I want to see more, right? I want to see more. I think Yoshino is a good opponent. I think Yoshino maybe needs to pick up a win or two. I wouldn't mind seeing him again. He brought the fight. He's somebody who's willing to scrap. He's somebody who I think has good sportsmanship. We'll see if we see him again. I'm not someone who focuses on the biggest names in boxing. I focus on boxing, right? And I like good fights. I'm not really biased toward a style. I like brawlers. I like slicksters. I like everything. I'm gonna pay attention if I see something I like. So yeah, that's it for today. It's a short day. One, because Shakur Stevenson made it short. It's also short because it's a Warriors night. I don't know if I have any Warriors fans out there, but I'm a Warriors fan. I'm gonna catch this game. We're gonna destroy the Kings. But that's another topic for another day. It's a boxing channel. I need to keep it boxing for the most part. Again, YouTube's throwing some punches. I'm trying to roll with the punches here. A video every day of the month until we establish a more structured schedule. I'm going to do the Garcia weigh-in. I'm going to do the Garcia fight live, barring roadblocks there. Other than that, yeah, boxing's what I do. I love it. I eat it up. I want to discuss it. Analytics, scoring, live scoring, and yeah, just an appreciation for the fighters themselves and the sport. The oldest sport in the world, one of the most beautiful sports in the world, the most beautiful sport in the world. Well, depending on the day, I guess you could ask me. But yeah, everyone enjoy your Monday. See you next time. And yeah, go